The American economic system is not broken. It is performing exactly as it was engineered to do. While mainstream media blames your morning coffee habit, the real data tells a terrifying story. More than half of all American adults do not possess enough liquid savings to cover a basic emergency bill. For nearly a third of the entire country, high-interest credit card debt completely erases their liquid safety net. This isn't a personal failure of discipline. It is a highly calculated game of systemic asset extraction. To understand how we got here, we have to look behind the curtain of modern corporate design. Every major app, retailer, and banking institution spends billions on friction-free consumer spending. They have turned the psychological pain of paying into an invisible, one-click dopamine loop. When your money is completely digital, your brain loses track of its real-world scarcity value. But the manipulation runs much deeper than just clever software design and user interfaces. Over the past several decades, the real cost of American survival has fundamentally outpaced regular wages. Housing, healthcare, and education have transitioned from standard life milestones into hyper-expensive luxuries. To maintain the illusion of wealth, the average household has turned to massive financial leverage. We are living in an era where high-income individuals making six figures are stuck living paycheck to paycheck. They are caught in a permanent cycle of lifestyle inflation, chasing status symbols that keep them broke. The banking system actively profits off this widespread liquid vulnerability through structured penalty systems. If your balance drops below zero, you don't just stop spending, you get fined for being broke. High-interest credit lines are purposefully marketed as an extension of your primary income stream. This structure keeps the modern workforce entirely dependent on their immediate corporate employment. When you are exactly one missed paycheck away from total ruin, you cannot afford to take risks. You cannot quit your toxic job, you cannot start a business, and you cannot demand real worth. Your complete lack of capital reserves is the ultimate mechanism of labor control. But breaking out of this corporate trap requires a radical, counterintuitive psychological pivot. You must stop playing their game of consumption status and start building asymmetric capital leverage. This shift begins by understanding the hidden mechanics of the subscription trap. Modern companies no longer want you to buy a product once. They want to lease your life. $10 here, $15 there, quietly chipping away at your foundational cash reserves. By the time your paycheck hits, automated systems have already claimed half your income. This leaves you structurally incapable of saving, keeping you locked in the loop. To break the cycle, you must treat your personal bank account like a highly guarded fortress. Every dollar that leaves your hands must be aggressively audited for true operational utility. If an expense does not protect your freedom, it is actively attacking your future security. The goal is to accumulate an unshakable $1,000 baseline reserve in exactly 30 days. This initial cash buffer acts as your economic shield against the random chaos of life. When an unexpected bill arrives, you pay it in full without touching credit systems. You deny the banking system the opportunity to extract high-interest penalties from your vulnerability. You begin to slowly transition from a passive victim into an active market operator. But maintaining this discipline requires resisting the aggressive social pressures of modern America. We are constantly bombarded with curated illusions of wealth across every digital feed. Your peers buy cars they cannot afford to impress people they do not even like. The systemic trap relies on your deep psychological desire to look successful. True economic power is invisible. It is the asset column they never see. Once you secure your baseline reserve, your next objective is 6 months of expenses. This liquidity gives you the ultimate leverage, the literal power to walk away. You can reject toxic corporate terms because your survival is independent of their paycheck. The matrix of consumer dependence dissolves the moment you control your own capital. The financial system wants you broke, predictable, and entirely dependent. Every dollar you save is an act of defiance against a machine designed to extract it. Stop measuring your worth by the items you display to the world. Measure your worth by the number of days you can live without a master. Let's analyze the next hidden layer of this wealth extraction machine: algorithmic pricing and the illusion of choice. Walk into any modern American supermarket, and you are stepping directly into an engineered consumer battlefield. Shrinkflation quietly reduces the physical volume of an item while the price sticker stays exactly the same. Corporate entities spend millions redesigning packaging to actively deceive your brain's perception of value. David walks through these bright aisles, unaware that sensory marketing is completely directing his spending behavior. The most profitable items are placed precisely at eye level to trigger immediate, impulsive decisions. By the time you reach the register, your planned budget has been systematically inflated by 20%. This frictionless bleeding of your capital ensures your savings account can never build true momentum. But the systemic trap reaches far beyond the walls of local grocery stores and retail spaces. The modern American infrastructure forces an extreme, unavoidable dependence on high-cost automobile transportation. A massive chunk of the average paycheck is immediately claimed by car payments, fuel, and mandatory insurance premiums. The moment your vehicle depreciates, you are locked into a permanent cycle of costly maintenance fees. A single mechanical failure can instantly wipe out months of hard-earned capital preservation efforts. This vulnerability is exactly what predatory financial institutions anticipate to trap you in high-interest debt. They offer immediate, predatory emergency lines of credit disguised as helpful, stress-free financial relief. In reality, they are locking you into an aggressive compound interest loop that feeds off your lack of liquidity. To break out of this multi-layered trap, you must construct an aggressive, unshakable cash flow map. You have to know down to the single cent exactly where your hard-earned capital is migrating every month. This requires logging into your bank accounts daily and confronting the hard, unfiltered reality of your numbers. You must categorize every single transaction into two strict columns: survival capital and vanishing capital. Vanishing capital includes every single luxury, subscription, convenience fee, and impulsive purchase you make. You will be absolutely shocked to discover how much money is quietly slipping through your fingers unnoticed. This awareness marks the exact moment you begin clawing your personal power back from corporate algorithms. The next step is the immediate, ruthless elimination of all non-essential recurring liabilities. If a service does not actively generate revenue or protect your autonomy, delete it without hesitation. This aggressive downsizing creates an immediate structural cash surplus in your monthly budget. You divert this newfound surplus directly into your primary capital preservation reserve. You treat this growing reserve like an essential bill that must be paid first every single month. You do not save what is left after spending. You spend what is left after saving. This inversion of standard consumer logic is how you rapidly compound your liquid safety net. As your baseline reserve approaches the critical $1,000 mark, your psychological confidence shifts. You no longer experience a spike of absolute panic when a minor emergency occurs. You possess the hard financial insulation required to absorb the unexpected hits of life. But the ultimate goal is not just surviving emergencies, it is buying complete operational freedom. To achieve this, you must expand your capital runway to encompass 6 full months of survival costs. This level of liquidity transforms you from an anxious employee into an incredibly dangerous market participant. You can confidently negotiate salary terms from a position of absolute, unshakable strength. If a corporate environment becomes toxic, you have the literal power to walk away instantly. Your survival is no longer holding a knife to your throat, forcing you to accept bad terms. You have broken the invisible web of debt and dependency that keeps 90% of the population trapped. The entire consumer economy is fundamentally optimized to keep you living paycheck to paycheck. Your distraction is their profit. Your liquid vulnerability is their ultimate leverage. The moment you refuse to buy things you don't need, you reclaim your life's trajectory. You begin to view every single dollar saved as a literal brick in your wall of independence. You value the piece of an asset column far more than the temporary high of a luxury purchase. This requires a massive shift in how you define personal status and success. Stop look-at-me spending to impress a society that actively profits off your financial ruin. True wealth is entirely quiet, highly invisible, and deeply rooted in absolute personal restraint. It is the luxury of waking up every morning knowing you completely own your own time. The algorithms will continue to evolve, finding new ways to trigger your consumption impulses. They will offer even faster delivery speeds and completely invisible biometric payment checkout systems. But once you fully see the underlying engineering of the machine, the illusions completely shatter. You become entirely detached from the manufactured trends that keep the masses broke. You understand that capital preservation is the absolute foundation of real, personal sovereignty. The mathematical equation of freedom is simple, unyielding, and completely realistic to execute. The choice is entirely yours. Buy their status symbols or buy your literal independence. The rules of the game are completely laid bare. Build your capital fortress. Audit every dollar, eliminate the leaks, and protect your baseline principal at all costs. You have the roadmap required to completely break out of the paycheck loop. The systemic trap loses all power the second you stop playing. Close the screen and build.